guys, how y'all doing today? If you've been here before, you know who I am. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Barb, and this is Halfway to Sane. We do true crime on this channel. Today's news is actually a couple years old. It goes back to when Danny Masterson, the star of that 70s show, he got into some trouble and he's been sentenced for a very long time. That is being appealed. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the story. So, 48-year-old Danny Masterson, that 70s show actor, is withering away in prison as he serves 30 years to life behind bars for the convicted rapes of two women in the early 2000s. Now, don't get up in arms about that. Yes, that was a long time ago. Women and men who've been raped. Sometimes it's very, very difficult for them to come forward at the time that things have happened. So please, no judgment against them. But the future looks dark for Danny, whose friendships have become few and far between following the drastic downfall of his career and life as he once knew it. While his estranged wife, Bijou Phillips, and longtime friends Ashton Kutcher, wife Mila Kunis, stuck by Danny's side throughout the entirety of his trials, all three have since drifted away from him, which a lot of times happens when people go to prison. It's like they've washed their hands of him. Mila faced backlash for writing letters of support for him ahead of his sentencing in 2023. His friends no longer sent him letters or care packages and haven't visited him in prison at all. Bijou was also quick to ditch her husband after he was ordered to likely spend the rest of his life in prison. People are deciding to turn the page on him, where he was once a leader in his social circle. The 44-year-old actress shares her 10-year-old daughter, Fianna, with Danny. She filed for divorce from Danny in September 2023, and which was the same month a judge handed down his lengthy prison sentence. Earlier this month, January 2025, Danny's lawyer appealed his rape conviction, claiming in a 246-page document that was released on December 18, 2024, that several errors and bases in the disgraced actor's case violated his client's rights to confrontation and a fair trial. The renowned attorney insisted his filing showcased two fundamental flaws in Danny Masterson's convictions. Number one, the trial was rife with erroneous judicial rulings that skewed the jury's view of the evidence against him. And number two, there was a stunning amount of exculpatory evidence which was never presented to the jury, but the appeal represents only one part of Danny's challenge to his convictions. Danny's habeas lawyer will be following up on the opening brief with a petition for writ of habeas corpus documenting additional defects in the trial process. His lawyer states, "Stay tuned as we work toward Danny's complete exoneration." I don't know what my thought is on that, if he'll get exonerated or not. It's been proven that he was guilty of his charges. Who knows? So Danny continued last year to grab the public's attention after he was transferred to a couple different prisons in just over a couple months. In 2023, when he received his 30-year prison term, he started out at North Kern. Then a few months later, he was moved to the Corcoran State Prison, infamously known as one of California's worst prisons. Weeks later, he was moved to a more humane facility and the California Men's Colony in San Luis Obispo It was said he was in no way threatened or attacked during his stay at Corcoran State Prison, but that his prison transfers are linked to standard procedures. Danny's first detention facility, the North Kern State Prison, serves as a medium security reception center. There, inmates are processed into the California prison system, so it's a starting point for convicts before they are moved to their permanent prisons. In Danny's case, he had a primary and secondary prison designation where he would be sent after being processed at North Kern. His primary prison was the California Men's Colony, and then the secondary facility was the Corcoran State Prison. The Corcoran State Prison gained its nickname Manson Prison because it was once the residence of the infamous cult leader Charles Manson, who served a life sentence for the notorious Tate LaBianca murders. Compared to the California Men's Colony, Danny's new home is a dream come true. Well, not to what he's used to living like. It is expected the new detention facility is easier to live in as the California Men's Colony has fewer restrictions and rules. The prison also provides academic programs for inmates to acquire vocational and other skills, as well as notable self-help programs. I wonder if he is going to take up that opportunity to do that, which I would think would make your time go a little bit faster if you were fulfilling your day in prison. As stated, he received a heavy punishment after being found guilty of having non-consensual intercourse with his victims between 2001 and 2003. Now, 4 women claimed in March 2017 that Danny sexually assaulted them in the early 2000s. A 5th woman came forward in December 2017, claiming that while she was dating him, he repeatedly raped her. Now, the incidents occurred at the height of his fame, and one of his victims claimed Danny drugged the drinks that he gave when they visited his home and violently assaulted them once they passed out. One victim stated during the trial, "When you raped me, you stole from me." That's what rape is, a theft of the spirit. You are pathetic, disturbed, completely violent, and you treated us like trash beneath you. The world is better off with you in prison. Another victim noted that Danny did not show an ounce of remorse for the pain that he caused. She said, "I knew he belonged behind bars for the safety of all the women he came into contact with. I am so sorry, and I'm so upset. I wish I'd reported him sooner to the police." The lengthy prison sentence came in spite of the now highly criticized letters of support from his friends and family, including Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Deborah Jo Rupp, Kurtwood Smith, Giovanni Ribisi, Billy Baldwin, and others. Such a long sentence and even a rape conviction alone are historically difficult to achieve, particularly when it concerns a high-profile man. Now, a prosecutor on the case is giving insight into how the decision came to be. The Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney said, "It's been a long time coming for them to get their justice," and he said of Danny's 2 victims, he maintained that it was absolutely the right decision to make. Furthermore, he believes the disgraced sitcom star always thought he was going to get away with it. Detailing Danny's abhorrent behavior, he said, "He surreptitiously drugged the victims using an alcoholic beverage as the vehicle for administration, and then forcibly raped them as they became incapacitated. This afforded him the opportunity to obtain control and dominance over his victims as he's carried out his forcible assaults." Though no toxicology analysis was done due to the long time lapse, an experienced toxicologist led the prosecutors to believe Danny used GHB, a type of depressant often used as a date rape drug that slows down messages traveling between the brain and the body. He further noted Danny was consistent in the manner in which he forcibly raped each of his victims. The rape allegations against Danny Masterson first surfaced in surfaced in 2017. And of the victims, it was said, "I know they did it at a cost," adding, "There's a lot of reasons that people are afraid to come forward. These victims overcame that, and ultimately, despite the length of time and what issues there may have been in this case, the jury saw through that, made the right decision, came together, and found justice for these victims." Now, I have no opinion on whether the accusations are true or not. Obviously, we weren't there. We don't know. We can't judge what type of person he is. And a lot of times, even best friends and family members don't see what type of person somebody really is when they're not around them. So hopefully justice was served for these victims, if in fact that these things happened. And hopefully he will, justice will continue to be served on him. I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Hit the thumbs up button and that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, peace.